They saw the place where the possible met the impossible and moved toward it. They walked for many an hour and many a day, until, finally, they crossed the edge of paradox. Greetings, humanity, and welcome once more to Channel Other Doc. I'm Jim, your friendly Lacuna GM. I use he/him pronouns, and this is our Invisible Sun campaign, The Edge of Paradox. We made it back. We made it back across the gray to the actuality. Invisible Sun is a surreal slice of life game by Monte Cook Games. We're integrating the directed campaign, but most of this game happens spontaneously. But things are now in motion, and the end draws near. This is our start of our final arc, which will just be a few episodes, and then the campaign will come to a close. So I am very excited to finally be getting to the end of this story, and seeing kind of how things resolve. We're going to go ahead and go around and say hi to everyone we have with us today. Unfortunately, Djinnaya was not able to make it today, but I believe we'll be back next week. So we will start today with Wilde. Hello!
Yes, hello. I am Wilde at Wild Engineer on Twitch and Twitter, and I am playing Shantano, an itinerant empath of the Order of Apostate who splinters into fragments.
Excellent. And now let us head over to Arras. Hello.
Hello. For once, I'm the person who forgot to pull up my character sheet. Give me one hot second. Anyways, I'm Arras. I'm Animus Panther, Animus.Panther, practically everywhere on the internet. My pronouns are she, they, and today I am playing Aroshka Ruzik, aromatic empath apostate who converses with everything, and her pronouns are she, her.
Excellent. And now let us head over to Anino. Hello.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. I use he/him pronouns. My character, Mac the Husk, uses they/them pronouns, and they are an established enthusiastic of the Order of the Goetica who provides a vessel for spirits.
Indeed. And now, finally, we will head over to Danielle. Hello.
Hello, everyone. I'm Danielle. I use she/her pronouns, and so does my character, Vormera Vanas, aka Vor, who is a connected ardent of the Order of Weavers who shepherds minds.
Awesome. And now, like we do with most games on this channel, we're going to be using the X card, the N card, and the O card. If we hit something that's crossing a line for one of us, any of us can type an X in the Zoom video chat or anywhere else, hold up a card, make an X symbol, and we'll go back and do something else. If something happens that we're okay having in the game, but we don't want a graphic description of it, we can type an N in the Zoom chat and we'll fade to black on it or put it behind a veil. So it'll be there, but we won't go into detail. Finally, if we're exploring a topic or an area of roleplay that's particularly intense for us, but we want to keep going anyway, we can put an O in the chat to let us know we're okay and that we're all good to keep piling on the drama. Something else we can do is to put an O with a question mark after it when we're moving into a difficult topic, or if we say or we do something, and then think, maybe that might have been a little too much. Then everyone else can respond to that again with an X, an N, or an O to let us know if we're still doing okay. We're also using the pause. If any of us needs to take some time, we can ask for a pause in the game while we discuss things, or just take a break for as long as anyone needs. As a reminder, just a few content warnings. This game may contain body horror, surreal imagery, spiders, snakes, and references to memory loss, death, and existential crises. And at any time, you can type !ISCW in the chat, and that will show up. That is also going to show up on rotation regularly. Also, please remember that we have an open door policy, which means that any of us and any of you can feel free to step away from this at any time if we need to. It is just a game, and mental health is always more important. So, a number of things happened last time. There was the defeat of the vermiculated mind and the recovery of the essence of an individual who has been giving Chantineau shelter every now and then for the last bit. That individual is Clellan, the proprietor of the Broken Mirror, a sort of coffee house. And he has yet to be reunited with his soul, but we're going to take care of that very soon. They found themselves, and this is at a place in under the Blue Sun. They're now on the day side of the Blue Sun, where they have gone to visit. This group has gone to visit an order to which Mac belongs. Actually, a suborder within it's not actually within the Goetica. It has multiple. I think it has multiple. It goes across multiple orders, but I think it's primarily Goetics. But the Cathedral of Illuminism, the Church of Illuminism, where essentially Mac learned how to become a vessel for spirits, if I have that right.
Right.
Okay, cool. And there they found, in addition to a few people they know, they actually went in and found out that someone that they believe that Mac knows is staying there. They went into the chamber where this individual was, found her lying presently unconscious on a bed, and it turns out Vor recognized this individual from before the war, because Vor is beginning to recover a number of pre-war memories due to a deal with someone that has been made. Yes, that individual is Viara, who used to be Mac's significant other. And so this was explained to Mac, and then there was a pullback from this cathedral made of stained glass, and everyone heard him cry out, "What?" And that is where we ended. We take you now to a place of shifting blue mist as Chantineau is returning from the gray. Apparently, Chantineau, your compatriots are in the blue, because that's sort of what this looks like. I need to ask, first of all, Chantineau, have you been to the blue before? I'm sorry, I can't hear you. I think you might be muted.
I don't know if they've been to the blue.
Yeah, it hasn't happened during the campaign, but that's does Chantineau remember ever having been to the blue? That's really what it comes down to. I'm fine either way. I just need to know.
Is there anything like? Let's see.
Sorry.
Is there anything about the blue that Chantineau would have wanted? I'm pretty sure Chantineau's been a traveler. They probably passed through it at some point. I don't know how well they would have thought about it.
It's possible, because I remember us discussing something with you at some point very early on, because we knew you were a traveler and that it's possible that you'd been to other suns. You did have to face the Guardian for the gold, so you had not been to the gold before. You might have been to the blue before. That might have been where it was. I know that, see, later on there was this, I think you sort of had sorted out that murder comes from the blue originally. Possibly. And
right.
So I don't know if you had been there subsequently. Again, not during a session, but it's possible. But you can let me know if you think that happened at some point.
Probably before they met murder. Probably just passing through.
Okay. So that's possible. So do you think was it the day side of blue or the night side of blue that you have been to before?
Most likely the day side.
Okay, cool. So that means then that you have already you've already met the Guardian of Blue, the Warden, I should say. It's a very specific title, and it was essentially a woman lying on a sort of a chaise lounge type thing, half asleep. She has an assistant who would have asked you to give up something that you feared. Sometimes it's voluntary, sometimes it's not. But she offered to take a fear away from you, if you chose to at that time. Did you choose to do that?
Probably not.
Okay.
Because I feel like fears for a traveler help keep them safe.
Okay. No, that's perfectly fine. So they noted that in you, and then they let you pass. However, before you materialize alongside your companions, an individual appears out of the mist. This individual is one I don't believe Shantano has seen before necessarily, but it looks sort of presenting as sort of like a man in a dark suit. That's a very nice suit that looks a little rumpled, has a top hat, and his face is in shadow, completely in shadow. And he's wearing, you can tell, the one thing that does kind of stick out from time to time, it's hard to even keep your eyes focused on it though, is he's wearing a pin that is not going to come through because of the freaking, no, it is. There's a pin that looks like this. I'm going to try out my new little view that I installed to give hopefully everyone a better view of this. So it is this pin that he's got on his lapel. That I can't seem to keep straight. There it is. And the forwards S and a backwards S is what appears to be there. And as he steps forward, he just sort of says, "My apologies, I'll hold you only a moment. I know that you've a right to be here. I just wanted to advise you on something, briefly, if I may. You may have already received a missive. If you have not, then you will probably receive it once you arrive back in the Indigo. A thing to investigate. A call for help from a domicile. That is something that I think, well, there will be some more immediate concerns, but once you have a moment, I think that is definitely something you shall want to look into. I do understand, however, at the moment that you've got a universe to hopefully keep from falling apart, so I shall keep you no longer." He just sort of tips his hat. Do you say anything to this individual, or do you just Or do you just stand there staring at him?
I just stare at him.
Okay. He doesn't seem troubled by it. And
Do I recognize the lapel from anywhere?
no, you've never seen it before. But he will step back into the mist, tipping his hat to you. And yeah, just kind of, he seems to be indicating that it's whatever this missive is you're going to receive is going to be of some help to you, is kind of an impression also you're getting sort of bleeding off from him. You can kind of sense thoughts are interesting, and feel sort of the thoughts, the feelings, the impressions that you're getting, but you get from everybody. But in the blue, it's a little bit, sometimes it can be a little bit intensified. He will step back, and then you will appear in a room with 3 of your companions. I am going to draw a card so that we can see how things are about to look. I've gone ahead and I have reset the Path of Sun since it's been a while and I couldn't remember where we were on it. Oh, look at that! Okay. Well, there it is. Okay. Let me pull it up here. We have drawn for our first thing, and it's a silver card on the silver sun, by the way. We have drawn the lucky coin to start things off, so this is very auspicious. And we've had it. We have this. We run into this card, I feel, almost slightly more frequently than some of the other cards. But in brief, just as descriptions of this go, as we head to the page, it's a notions card. It means good fortune, wealth, freedom, unexpected luck, unstructured, whatever. We put a lot of value in objects. We place a lot of importance in their presence in our lives. Some people might have a favorite shirt, a trusty handkerchief, or lucky coin. Armed with a talisman such as this, no harm can befall us, but we can only barely understand the truth of such things. The luck they bring, if they work, never comes in an unexpected form. It's a positive card turn, and it suggests that the person in question has less structure weighing upon them than they thought. People are free to do and act as they please, fewer strings on the marionette. So, a couple of things. So, Shantano's arrival in this room, you're in, it's kind of just a little bit, just underground, just a little bit, this room. So you have blue bricks that are sort of making up the outside, the walls of the room. It's interesting. There's a bed here, and there's a little table and some basic, table with water and stuff, just for people. You do note, as you're materializing, that there is a circle that's been drawn into the floor, some kind of arcane circle. It looks odd, it looks kind of oddly stained. There are a couple of papers that have been sort of pinned to the wall that also have sort of arcane symbols on it very close to the circle, and those have also look sort of weird, and some slightly torn pages. In this room, we have, in addition to Aroshka, Mac, and Vor, Vor is near the bed. There is an individual that. Let's see. Let me see if I can find recently who this was. This one of the attendants basically here at the one of the sort of priests here at this what's going to turn out to be the Cathedral of Illuminism. Djinnaya, there it is. And on the bed is an individual. She is her skin is chalk white. She's wearing sort of a chalk white kind of a jacket with a lot of pockets and shirt and pants. She has white hair. She doesn't look very old. It's actually hard to tell how old she is. And what I'm going to say first off, having drawn this, Shantanu, is that you recognize this individual from before the war. This is someone that you knew before the war. You had encountered them. Facts I can tell you is that are known already is that they were considered something of a rabble rouser to an extent. They are a little bit chaotic. I think actually this individual goes by she, her, or she, they. We've got a kind of quick hunt for the quick hunt for them. There we go. Yeah. So she, they. She is a and she's pretty powerful with magic. And does not generally follow the rules for anything. So I'm going to ask, where do you think you might know this person from?
They probably gave me shelter when I first came into the blue.
That's possible. Yeah. You know that she knows the blue fairly well. You know that she's not native to it. She actually travels around a lot also. So that probably, had something in common there. Yeah, she knew a few islands, a couple different islands that, you could kind of hole up on. So yeah, I just kind of forgot to chatting. She's got an unusual approach to magic that you kind of remember that. Again, this is pre-war. But you remember it. So you do kind of know this person. Your arrival is going to cause her to start stirring. She hasn't woken up completely yet. But everyone has noted that Shantanu has appeared in the room.
Oh, well, that is remarkably convenient.
Good timing, Shantanu.
Where was I gone?
For a little while, yeah. A little bit.
No. So
We fought a brain thing while you were gone.
Yeah.
Did something going on around here? Or
Well, Mac wanted to come.
Oh, well, yeah, just needed to stop by the home office, so to speak. It was very enlightening.
There's a brief rumble that sounds like it doesn't feel as though anything's shaking. There's just sort of a distant rumble. And Djinnaya looks up and is like, if you're going to be all right here, I need to just check on something. Excuse me. She's going to turn and leave. So Tarania, the priest, is going to turn and leave the room. I also need to point out, okay, you got silver on silver. So silver magic is the bonuses are doubled, I believe, for this. So silver magic you do right now at any point right now is going to be +2. And of course we're under notions for anyone who is of that. So bonuses are doubled, I think, possibly for that as well. We're under the silver sun. This Viara is starting to stir. She is looking around. Starting to look around. I'd like to know, just for my own edification, is Vor still right next to the bed? Is Vor going to be the first person that she sees? Or is, how are we arrayed here, roughly?
Vor sees she's like starting to wake up. Vor's gonna try to like duck behind Mac, because it feels like Mac should be the first person that she sees. So, or like surreptitiously shove Mac to the front. like just like sticks her cane in like the small of Mac's back and sort of pushes them forward.
Hey, what is
your girlfriend?
allegedly? I don't know if you can trust that.
Oh my god. Good lord, is that you?
Mac just looks
Mac?
behind his shoulder. Maybe?
You're back from the gray. You were there for quite a while, from what I understand. Seems like.
Yes, well, things happened. Lots of things.
Huh. She swings her legs over the side of the bed. She's sort of stretching, sort of like, and she kind of is. She picks up a. She sort of coughs. She picks up a sort of a handkerchief and she coughs into it, and you see there's a little bit of blood when she does. She's like, she sees it. She folds it up. It's been quite a while. And she looks over, and she sees Shantano next, and she says, "Oh, you've brought the philosopher." Excellent. Well, it's a long time no see. Have you been doing all right?
Hi.
Hey.
Fine, just the usual, traveling, talking to demons, that kind of stuff.
Oh yes, I did warn you about that. That's very tricky business. But no, of course. Well, you'd probably go and do it anyway. Did you ever find what you were looking for?
Maybe. No. Possibly.
You'll get there.
Probably not.
I think you'll get there, sooner or later. It sort of feels like I beat myself up a bit. Kind of did, rather. And her eyes fall on Eroshka. And then she looks up. She's like, "Oh God, Ruzik. I thought we agreed to stay out of each other's way."
So I don't remember pretty much anything up until after the war. So sorry.
Oh my God, did you go and do it? Did
Yeah,
you actually
yes.
clean? You look happier.
I hope so.
Good God. Well, I suppose that was one way to tackle it. Shakes her head. No idea why I'd want to go and... Never mind. Huh.
Me neither.
Well, it's delightful to see you all. I didn't expect to run into any of you here. She just sort of is looking briefly past my shoulder. Like...
Laurel like poke her head like directly over Mac's shoulder and wave.
And she's just sort of like, "Vomira!
Hello.
I haven't seen you in a long time. Didn't they?
I haven't seen you in a long time. Funny how that works.
Didn't somebody abduct you?
Yes.
Huh.
I'm back though, sort of.
Well, that's something. That's good. Rather a lot going on here. There has been.
Yes, there is.
Well, perhaps your lot can bring me up to speed a bit. What have you got going on?
So many things.
I can imagine.
From her position above Mac's shoulder, Vor looks at Mac.
What do you want me to say? I have no idea what's going on right now.
You've forgotten, haven't you? It was the Grey. It's all right. I found out a way to do what we were trying to do, Mac. What I was hoping we would do. So you'll know. I think.
You'll have to forgive me, but I'm all about the brunch these days.
Oh, really? Yes, the Grey does rather, those combatants doing what they're doing back and forth. They did kick folks into the Grey, pulled the wool over their eyes. It's unfortunate. But, she says, sort of hopping up to her feet, I don't suppose you're still interested in creating anything in particular, eh?
Creating what?
That's why we came here in the first place. We were just sort of looking into it. And she just sort of looks at the others and she sort of shrugs, looks back at you. And creating a son.
Like an eighth son?
Or a 10th, depending on how you look at it. How you're counting. Or something in its own actuality. What I'm saying is, I've got a way to do it now. We can do it now. It's what I'm saying. We can do it now, if you still want to.
No, I can't say that I do.
Oh, pity. This happened to Manny too. Although, no, he still wanted to do it. He just had to do it his way, Sorry, I didn't mean to bring him up. She just sort of turns and she's kind of starting to gather some stuff as she's trying to put things together. Well, what are you lot up to these days?
Well, we just came from rescuing a friend.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that was good.
Yeah. And
we took a lovely vacation to a village outside Saturnine.
Yeah. There's some decent ones down there.
Yeah.
And you can see that she's starting to, she's sort of crouching down. She's got a little notebook and she's writing some things into it from looking at the circle that's on the floor and looking up at the papers on the wall.
Can I see what she's writing?
Sure. Lucky Coin is in play. You can see all of this.
Vor's
Yeah,
favorite
you happen
card.
to. It happens to the way she's holding it. The angle happens to be perfect, and she's apparently, from what you can piece together as you're looking at now that you see her notes, in addition to the stuff that apparently she's drawn on the floor here. This is a room kind of for a kind of summoning, and Mac will actually, sort of inherently understands this is a room where folks can come into practice and try to summon different entities into themselves. And apparently, just from that glimpse of her notes, it just kind of looks like she was in contact with something very powerful from the red.
Great. Vor nudges Mac in the back with her cane again, and like eyeballs the notes.
He was too busy staring at Viara, but he just looks back at Vor irritatedly. Do we need to take that away from you? You keep poking me.
She's like, I don't know what you're talking about. She like puts it behind her.
And Viara is just sort of chuckling as this exchange happens. Sorry, go ahead.
Mac is just going to cast sketch, and he's just going to start copying all the notes very quickly.
Yeah. She doesn't seem to mind. Actually, as you're sort of doing this, she kind of looks up for a second. She's like, "You sure you're not interested? We can still do
doing
it."
This. Oh, I just don't really understand why we need a lot of research into it, because I feel like I am quite well in the verse in the concept of intercourse and what it entails.
Behind Mac, or looks like an Oroshka goes.
She looks up at you and she gives you this
Okay,
kind of a sly look that Mac, you could swear you think perhaps she's given you before.
Vessel for spirits.
And he's like,
And you wouldn't believe how horny some spirits can get.
"Oh, I know.
Just saying.
I know, that was part of our interest, I think. But it's all right. Shakes her head. I really am gonna miss you, Oh well. You've got a little more time if you change your mind.
Why, is there some sort of expiration date? Do you have another partner lined up or something?
Goodness. I've got so much to worry about right now. These things just sort of happen. I have, but not right now. No, not at present. But I'm going to be recasting this within probably the next couple of days. And after that, if, I'm successful, then I'm going to be possibly in my own actuality. It's going to be a bit more of a hop.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Vor?
I mean,
Sorry,
there's
go
no
ahead.
guarantee that there will be brunch in your new actualities.
I mean, we can make whatever. That was the whole point. We can make whatever we wanted.
Brunchiverse.
Didn't we already kind of do that to this universe?
The brunch cinematic universe.
It seems, you see, as he draws up on the board, it just feels rather cheap if I have to just create brunch out of nowhere. I mean, I expect to be brunched.
Fair.
She sort of shakes her head. Now that is new. All right. And well, I did offer. Vor, you also are going to possibly. There's another realization that is open to you if you wish to take it. As you're
Sure.
looking at this person. if you take this realization, there will be
Consequences?
It's not going to be an actual injury. I want to make that clear. It will not be an injury. However, there's an indication, if you're about to remember this, that it's going to start you can see from the way Nimbergull is looking at you, that this is going to start a little bit of it could start a little bit of a spiral.
Yeah, okay. Listen, how many bad things have I done, divorced head, over the course of this game?
I know, right?
Yeah, no, give me the realization and the consequences, please.
Nimbergull shrugs. You have a flash, and you realize that you knew someone, or maybe not hugely well, but well enough, before the war, who looked very similar to Viara. You knew Viara.
Mm-hmm.
You knew someone who looked very similar to Viara. This was a man who similarly had chalk white skin, white hair, wore white clothes. And there was something decidedly sinister about him.
Do I remember he was like a brother? Cousin?
You think, well, she wanted to avoid him at all costs. You think possibly her father. You're not sure. And he strikes you as someone you might have done some kind of a job for. We have come discombobulated. Let us realign real quick. It was some sort of hope all is well. Let me take a quick look at make sure we're okay. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, we're right back. Ah, there we are. Hello. You've not missed much.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, basically it was like, Vor, it was kind of like you might have done some kind of a job for him right around the start of the war or just before it.
So
you're
not too far from when she got rectified.
Yeah, you're not clear on what that was or who the individual is, but
Okay.
you're remembering that.
Okay.
And I think in the meantime, Viara just sort of has been kind of, talking about all this back and forth, talking in circles kind of with Mac, and just sort of is shrugging her shoulders, slowly standing up, and she's looking back over to Roshka. Well, is your place still in order? Did you, are you still keeping everything together? It feels as though things have shifted a bit.
Mac is just laughing at that idea.
I took some things locked up. Also, possibly we blew parts of it up. Not on purpose.
Hang on. Things that were locked up?
Well, some things that were locked up got unlocked up, unfortunately, and some things that were not locked up are now locked up.
You really did do a number on yourself, didn't you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Demon may or may not have escaped.
That wasn't me. I was present, but
You made me
not
promise to steer clear
involved.
of the enemy of
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, but I don't remember that.
And well, that's why I'm telling you now, because it's apparent.
Oh,
No, I
okay.
know you can't remember, because you evidently did this thing you were going to do with your memories. I seem to recall that was going to happen. Possibly. Or, well, I was hoping it was going to happen in a way, to an extent, because you were losing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of figured that out.
It's rather what happens after you look over the edge and you can see multiple timelines at once.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people thought I was dead, so exciting to not be dead.
Oh. Oh, no, it is interesting. I did wonder if you survived that spell.
Apparently, yes.
Ah.
Which spell? There are many spells.
Oh, that one that
was
leveled a few city blocks.
Something the Vances were really excited about, and then they were celebrating the fact that I was dead and were very disappointed when I showed up to the party.
Yeah, from what I recall, you leveled a few city blocks and disappeared.
Mhm.
You were trying to... to your credit, you were trying to save everyone.
That's nice.
They didn't... And I mean, well, I say leveled, the city blocks vanished. There's just like a field there now? Down in that neighborhood in Fartown. But
There's at least one city block that was gone that is not gone anymore.
That I
Although
don't-
maybe not involved. I don't know.
Well, that I don't really know so much about. So hang on. Oh God. All right. So the enemy of reason is flitting about.
Once again, I didn't
Once
do
again.
that.
Just tell me that the unwritten are still in their place.
Maybe.
Ruzik, if the unwritten are no longer contained within your nexus,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Then
Just out of curiosity, what are the odds of the unwritten getting blown up with the Nexus, if the Nexus were to...
I don't think there's
collapse
anything you
within
can do to destroy them, exactly.
They're
That's the whole
unwritten.
point. They're unwritten. Exactly.
Oh,
that was probably why we sealed them up in the first place.
That was part of the point. I mean, that was you were using that as well. You wanted to use them as a power source, didn't you?
Yeah, we did that, and you know what? I personally didn't blow it up. Once again,
No,
I
of
was
course not.
present. I was present, but I wasn't the one who blew it up, and I was
Excellent.
rather distracted because somebody was stealing my stuff.
And she just sort of turns and she looks. She tears a page out of her notebook and she just looks at it and just crumples it up and sticks it in her pocket. Well, that's going to put a bit of an interesting twist to things.
Sorry.
yeah, I'm not so sure if you're going to want to cast that spell now.
I've got to get out of here. I need to cast this spell. I'll tell you what, though.
Where's the rush? I mean,
Are
everybody's
you
just coming back.
are you going to fix these things, or at least one of them?
I wasn't super aware that they needed to be fixed, but I can try.
If you can fix one of these, then I'll tell you what. I'll hold off an extra 2 days. I will hold off if you're trying to fix these things. But at the end of that time, I'm getting out of here.
Okay.
It seems like it's not enough time. I mean, that's barely enough time for us to get some mimosas.
Now, there was a time when we had all the time in the world. It seems it's running out. I can only be here for so much longer, or everything sets in. You have to understand.
Why, what's the rush? It's not like someone's coming after to kill you.
Oh,
Is
my.
someone coming after to kill you?
She just slowly shakes her head. And
well, anyways, I feel that deciding whether or not we are going to fix my mistakes is like a team decision, not just me.
Well, you sort that out one way or another. I'll give you, all right, it's not 2 days, it'll be 4 days. Got 4 days.
Nice.
And she turns, she's like, she just shakes her head. And she looks over at Chantineau. Oh, I still got your pen. And she digs in her pocket. She pulls out a pen.
It's just...
It came in quite handy. I was expecting I was going to be able to return it to you sooner than this. Sorry about that. And Chantineau, what does this pen look like? It's your pen. What does it look like?
Is it a special pen?
It is,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you about that in a moment.
It looks like a fountain pen, but instead of like, you know the fountain pens that are like modified quill pens, but instead of the standard quill pen that's made of a feather, it's got like actual like porcupine quills.
Oh, nice. Okay. Does it have any special things on it that, or as far as like mechanisms or anything, or is it just straight like?
I wouldn't say mechanisms, but probably some, I don't know, maybe to Chantineau, some unrecognizable sigils or runes.
All right. Yes. There is a way that you can activate this pen. As you recall, it's coming back to you now. As you recall, this pen actually can hold research in it to an extent. It can, it can hold up a certain amount of thought and research and, if need be, memory. And she just pulls this out and she offers it to you.
Thank you. This should come in handy for me as well.
Yes, I did add a couple of... There may be a few additional things left over in there if you need them. You can feel free to clear them out if you don't. Right, well... it is pleasant to see you all. Even you, she says to Roshka. At least you look happier, like I said.
Thanks.
They say ignorance is bliss.
Where are you lot headed from here?
That's a great question.
That's a real good question.
Well...
we could take the person that we rescued back to Saturnine. So.
Oh yeah, Saturnine. Okay,
Great
yes,
one.
certainly. Well, you're not too far from the arch, but if you want, there's another doorway in Bramble Island next door. If you want to take that one, should get you back to the proper side of things. I'm on my way. And she says it kind of in sort of a stage whisper. Nightside Gold, don't tell anyone.
Oh, I know them. They're nice people.
Oh, you've been, finally! Have you been on the Kadalish?
Yeah.
Big Turtle.
Yeah, oh, yeah, totally.
Excellent. I can't say fully, but let's just say I know people there, so if you're ever back around that way, I can show you around a bit.
Oh, I don't know if I'm welcome anymore.
She shrugs. Yeah, well, your loss. At any rate, and she turns and she looks back at Mac. That's where I'll be if you need to contact me. And she'll...
I think I'm going to be a little busy over the next couple of days.
Very well. I will, like I said, I shouldn't hold off, but I'm going to. Yes, I still have a few memories I think I like to cling on to. So I shall wait to contact my friend, she says, gesturing kind of at some of the stuff on the walls, for 4 days.
Oh, it's 4 days now.
Yeah, like I
Twice
said,
as long
Yeah.
as you.
that's what I was saying. I'm giving you a little longer.
Well, if you want us to be more successful, it would be really great if you could just, I don't know, get rid of Dark-Eyed Manfred for us.
Are we asking people
And
to
she,
do our
she just sort of-
assassination for us?
She comes back and she says, I am done fighting him.
Well, he's certainly not done
You want-
fighting us.
He was always good at holding a grudge. He used to be cute. That about him. At least I thought
Wait,
it
did you
was cute.
date him? Did you date Dark-Eyed Manfred?
Oh God, that bit hasn't sunk in yet, has it? My dear poor Mac. Manfred and I were married before I met you. He also shared an interest in creating a new world. A new son.
Mac is just going to
Unfortunately,
take
things don't
Ford's champagne glass down and just down it.
No, better yet. Vor gets the mimosa hat back out.
Yeah.
It just sets it on Mac's
Mimosa
head.
hat.
We're just all having a great time today, right here in this place.
We're finding out all sorts of fun things.
Mhm.
Wait, did you divorce Dark-Eyed Manfred
Oh yes.
after you met me?
Yes. I mean, it also didn't help that we ended up trying to kill each other. That probably didn't ended up going well. It started as a sort of game, and then it just sort of kept escalating. You know how he is. Very competitive. Anyway, at any rate, he and I were going to try to create a world together, but things just got too much in conflict. He's too worried about preserving certain things. Just he's all too human. He is, in some ways.
Yeah, humanity.
Yeah. I know, right?
So weird.
You try to do what you can to divest yourself of it, but sometimes it just does creep in and one gets sentimental. And she just sort of looks over at Eroshka. I expect, well, maybe you used to know what I was talking about. I don't know if you do now. But you do look happier, she says again.
You said that already.
Well, after she recovered her girlfriend from casting her into the void with the rest of the...
You know what? I didn't do that on purpose. I'm also not the person who blew that up. I was simply present.
Anyway, I don't suppose. Just to go back and circle back on the Dark-Eyed Manfred thing. I don't suppose you have anything of his that might be just sort of, kryptonite.
Aside from me, no.
Are you available for this?
I am as I have repeatedly said, I am going to be rather busy the next few days.
Well, I mean,
Would helping us not make your spell go better?
No?
No?
Probably not. No. I mean, I know where Manfred's house is, but I don't know if he's abandoned it at this point or not, given depending on how far along he is with, if he's still trying to make his own world, I don't know. I haven't really been in touch with him, you see. I haven't been in touch with him since before the war, I don't think.
oh, well. Yes. Anyway, can I have his address?
She shrugs. Yeah, sure. And she'll just sort of,
He
she just
broke
sort of
into
idly.
all our houses, so fair's fair.
Seems only fair, yeah.
Yeah.
She idly waves her hand, and a page detaches from the end of her book, and words appear burning into it. That's an address that she floats over to you. If it helps. And
Mac is just going to start leafing through the encyclopedia, or the pocket encyclopedia of Goetics, just to see if he can find a name of the most mischievous spirits that he can find.
Yeah, so you start looking through that. And she looks as though she's getting ready to... She's reaching down and scrubbing some things in the circle, and she looks like she's repainting some things. And she stands up. Well, I'm about to head off. If no one else needs anything. And she just sort of looks to everyone. Does anyone else want to ask her anything before she starts to do a thing that will cause her to depart?
Yeah.
Go first.
Would you have any advice for someone who may or may not confront a demon of questionable reason?
Loads. She says, don't know if there's enough time really, but I would say if it's the demon, if it is it the same demon? Because if it's the same one, you're not going to be able to take him on directly.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get at what he wants. You got to stop whatever it is he wants from happening. Then he won't be able to get through. I know for a fact that if you if you don't address either him or say the unwritten in the next few days, then my friend is probably going to help me knock a hole in the universe, and that's going to have rather different problems. But I'm sure you'll figure it out. He's a fellow of contradictions, that particular demon, but enjoys just sort of setting things out and watching them spin. Stop the thing spinning. That gets his attention. I'm sure you'll figure it out. I mean, actually, I'm sure you'll figure it out. And she actually gestures at the pen again, significantly, for some reason. Mysteriously.
Great.
If it's the same demon, I feel it's kind of ironic that he apparently likes setting things out and letting them, and we had him change a thing so he could.
Yes, I thought that was the most entertaining part of it. She is standing up. She looks like she's going to step into the circle in a moment. Is there anything?
Yep. So, probably. Viara, one question. So memory not so great. From pre-war, it has to do with the abduction thing. Did I know your dad?
At the mention of that, she gives you, her expression changes. She narrows her eyes. You want nothing to do with him. He is trying to he tried to manipulate Mac. He tried to manipulate you, from what I understand. I don't know if he succeeded, but I certainly hope he did not.
Okay, I just wanted to check because seeing you brought a little bit of memory back, and I just wanted to confirm that probably was your dad, which it sounds like.
And as she is stepping into the circle, she's starting to prepare a couple of things. She's shaking some powder around a little bit. She says, "Now, the one thing, just don't get anywhere near him. You don't want to. And the last thing you want is to get sucked into that grand game of his." And she,
right.
she is,
yes, that would be terrible.
Wait. Did Ford date your dad?
No.
I certainly hope not.
No, we already
I don't think so.
had the Vorex X thing.
Yes.
I would find it hard to believe if my best friend had just one boyfriend.
I mean, we've established several already.
You know.
But hopefully not that.
Oh. Do take care. I'll, if I see you all ever again, it'll be a pleasant surprise. And, she vanishes in a brief flash of golden light.
Well, that was
seemed
fun.
Unnecessarily dramatic.
Yeah.
Ow.
In a way, not dissimilar from actually the way that that you saw the Duchess's brother do it. A little
Well,
while
he was
back.
very dramatic too.
Yeah.
I saw what your eyes lit up for when she mentioned the game.
I think I may have been involved in that. A little.
The thing
Just
that
a
she
bit.
just said that you should avoid getting involved in. That one.
That one. I made this deal with what's his name? Nurga something?
Nimruggle?
Nimruggle, that's it, I knew it started with an N. With Nimruggle, and I mean, to be fair, some of this had started coming back prior to that, but now a lot more is coming back, and I know, have you ever known me to resist a game?
Isn't Nimrigel the one that we were explicitly told not to make deals with?
To be fair, the warning came after I'd already done it, so
Oh, okay.
you know.
Are there any
What are you gonna
loopholes
do?
we can exploit in this deal somehow?
I'm getting what I wanted out of it, which is my memory back. So far, so good.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was involved in that,
What's-
and now I don't. Do I go talk to him?
What? Her dad?
Yeah.
The one
Seemed
that
like
she just
I
said we
wish-
don't want to get
ugh.
involved with?
I wish Infilosa would just call me back.
Shantano.
I mean, that sounds
There
like a good cue
It does, doesn't
for a
it?
set phone call.
It does, doesn't it? However, there is another thing happening.
Wow.
First off, Shantano, are you going to do anything with that pen, out of curiosity?
Well, as she gestured to it, I probably would start, fiddling around with it.
There are some formulae and things accessible to you from it if you want them.
Yes. Totally.
As it comes to you, we are going to knock the remaining time off of your location spell. You figured it out just now from all of that information flooding back. You now can locate pieces of yourself using that spell, including that one special one. There's a little bit more rumbling from above, and then it stops.
The rumbling stopped?
Yeah.
Did we go see what it was?
Yeah. Seems like a good idea.
Okay.
Did she step through the portal yet? Or her circle?
Oh yeah. Viara has vanished.
Yeah, because we made the comment about how dramatic it was.
So should we just use the exit you mentioned at the bramble to get back to the actuality?
Yeah.
Highly convenient.
And it's not like anybody here at the church needs me to do some sort of urgent service.
I mean, yeah, if you're good, we can go back. We came here because you wanted to.
All right, sounds good. I'm in the mood for coffee and pastries, though. Maybe we should find a place on our way back as we figure out our next move.
Yeah, I mean, we're always in the mood for pastries.
Yeah, we got to decide whether or not we're actually going to fix my mistakes.
As you're heading up the stairs, as luck would have it, being under the card that you're still under currently, you will note something. I want to give someone, actually, I'm going to need to give someone a joy possibly in a moment if they wish to avail themselves of this. And that person is probably, let me just check my notes real quick, see where we were on such things. It's really more of a who wants a joy type deal. But this is something that Mac is going to recognize rather immediately. But that anyone else who looked at any of his notes will
Ostarushka again?
No! Flits in and out of the gray very easily.
Access grid for you.
The thing that you're gonna see, sort of recognize as you get in there, is that they're actually, first of all, two things. First of all, the light filtering through from the outside through these stained glass windows is a little dimmer than you would think it would be at this time of day. Secondly, it seems that someone in here is actually setting up the ritual of the four verities. They're actually, as it happens, they're doing one here. So it is possible if you wish, and something you will know is that it is possible if you wish, you can get in on it as it is being cast to ask questions.
This is the thing that Mac wanted to do like 3 or 4 sessions ago before we went into the blue.
Yeah, this was the thing you were heading to the Goetic Hall to do. And they also have
to read this note again.
Yeah, they also have the notes of how to do it here, if you want. You don't even actually have to participate in the ritual for this one. This they've actually formed a sort of a circle around this table they've set up with the candles and a container of water. This ritual, just as a reminder, because this was something that the angel told you as well, allows you to basically ask questions of the four verities, and they know a lot about the dark and those who serve it.
It's starting to come back to me now. Oh yeah, we got to do that, but we also need to get some clothes shopping for that trip to the City of Notions.
What trip to the City of Notions?
Oh, this one right here. The Empress of Grace, Queen of Beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that too. That's also going to be happening. City of Notions is Saturnine, but it's a fancy name for it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just feel like I need to at least show my face and claim my title as the checks notes champion of beauty.
This is true.
And then he just gestures up and down at his really scruffy and wrinkly attire.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
If we say so.
Indeed.
All right, well, let's go get that ritual done and out of the way, and we can.
All right.
So we can go shopping after we get back. Yeah.
Now, so we're gonna do the slightly faster version of this, but just to show folks what it is that I'm talking about. Let me see if I put the handout in the thing here. I did. Excellent. So showing what the ritual of the four verities looks like. I think I also probably, if you want to see what it is that I'm going to be reading from in a moment, I think I also might have put it in. I have no idea where I put it. Where is it? Ritual. Is it under ritual? Yes, under the ritual tab of the handouts in Roll20. If you want to see what I'm about to be basically reading from real quick. It's up to you. Do you do not have to participate in the ritual if you do not wish to. And the way that they're going to do it, it's anyone who's sort of in the circle is going to be allowed to ask questions. There's something there they seem to be concerned about, possibly about the lack of light from outside. That might be something to do with it. But you too will be allowed to ask questions. As a reminder, the questions. Hello. The questions are mostly going to that work best are ones about the dark and about those who treat with it, and so that being the Vespertine and the Church of Midnight. Remember, originally this was suggested to you by the angel to say, do you really want to know what the Church of Midnight is up to, why they're scrambling around doing what they're doing? So that's in there as well. I have this cloth, you see, that I just showed the audience. As this little thing. Do you wish to? Let me just ask.
There's two of you on the screen.
There is,
right?
yes. I'm afraid there is, because that will become necessary for what I'm about to do. So, do any of you want to actually participate in the ritual physically, or do you just want to stand in the circle and get your answers? Either is fine.
I'm all in.
Yeah, I'm all in with Mac.
Why not?
Okay. So there are lines for you if you want to read them. It's very simple. So I'm going to say that so there are 4 positions available for this. I'm not going to make you read through all the instructions necessarily. So that basically you have the first station, which is the leader of the ritual. You have the second station, which is they should hopefully be in order in in order in the Roll20. If you want to do that. So you have the first station, which is the leader of the ritual. The second station, which is of the blue sun. The third station, which is of the gold sun, and the fourth station, which is of the red sun. I'm not going to require anyone to speak in unison. But so, who wants what?
That would be the blue station, I think, because the blue sun is probably most appropriate for someone who does all their stuff with the mind.
Okay, that should be angle 2. And if you can't, if you cannot make it legible, then we'll figure something else out.
Okay.
You may have to right click and show it in a different tab or something to make it big enough.
Just in roll 20. Oh, okay. I'll take that. Yeah.
It's like open image in new tab type deal. And then you can blow it up to whatever size you want.
Oh, no, I can read it.
Okay, so you've got blue. You've got angle 2. Anyone want? So what do the rest of you want? If what do you want to do?
Well, I do not want to lead, so either 3 or 4, I guess.
Okay, you want gold or red?
Let's go with gold.
Okay, that's angle 3. And let's see, Mac, you said you also want to participate?
Yes.
All right. You can either lead or you can be red.
Guess I'll leave.
All right. Shanino, do you want to participate?
Yeah, I'll be red.
All right. So, Mac is leading the ceremony, yes? Okay.
I believe so. Yes.
All right. So, each of the 4 participants, including you, should sit around the table, each facing the cloth, and this is something that you see set up there. I'm going to presume this you now do. Each participant has a role to play as described on the ceremonial cloth during the rite as ritual lead. You direct each of the other 3 to perform their portion, starting with the participant on your right. To begin, you speak your name and name your heart, your order, and your forte.
I think I would know all those things by now.
Wait. Say that again.
It's the most challenging part of the ritual.
Yes.
Wait, we lead by saying what? No, say it again.
Your name, your heart, your order, and your forte.
Name, heart, order, forte.
Yeah. And it's basically, I think, your character sentence, pretty much, but I'll double check. Yeah. It's, you don't have to say your foundation, but you would say your name, your heart, which is like gallant or empath or enthusiastic or ardent or whatever. Your order, like goetic, and your forte is what you do.
Oh yeah, so it is the character sentence.
Ages adversaries splinters into fragment. Yeah, it's basically the last 3 bits of the character sentence.
Conveniently, I already have that written down.
Yeah. The only thing you don't have to include is your adjective. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I, Mac the Husk, ardent of the order of the Goetic, provides a vessel for spirits.
Okay. And then in a low whisper, you chant. And this is your line.
There are 4 verities, and I am one.
Then the participant on your right begins. And it, and this is when you can chant along if you so desire. I'm not going to make you do that. As each participant takes their turn, they will repeat the chant, and you chant along with. Feel your power flow out of you with each chant. Focus on revealing the truth. We shift around to the blue, and at this time, when directed by the ritual lead, so Mac is going to direct you to do this, you pick up the blue sun tablet with scrubbed fingers. They let you scrub down before you went in.
Yes.
Hold it aloft, and you have a line here.
And well, first I have to say, Romero Vanas,
Yeah.
ardent and weaver who shepherds minds, hold in my hand the power of the blue sun. The light of the mind pierces the veil of darkness.
Then drop the tablet into the pure water in the glass vessel.
Oh, look, it's dissolving.
Watch as the power of the blue infuses the water. When you feel the power of the truth well up inside you, this is when you chant the following in a low whisper.
There are 4 verities, and I am one.
Excellent. Then turn to the ritual lead, who will indicate that the participant to your right should begin their portion. Henceforth, when either of the 2 remaining participants repeats the same whispered chant, you can, if you wish, chant along with them. This is going to turn progressively more blue.
Listen.
Uh-huh.
Have I been indicated to start yet?
Mac, have they been indicated to start yet?
Yes.
You may begin.
Okay. I, Aroshka Ruzik, empath apostate who converses with everything, hold in my hand the power of the gold sun. It brings alteration and rebirth. We must respect its power, but we do not need it now. By refusing it, I see the truth. Denied.
Then set the tablet back down. Do not drop the tablet into the glass vessel, as this will bring chaos to the result. Denial of the gold...
Don't mess with my blue.
Yeah, I know. Denial of the gold is
Later.
as important as the inclusion of the other suns. When you feel the power of the truth well up inside you, chant the following in a low whisper.
There are 4
There are
verities.
4 verities,
and I am
and I am
one.
one.
Ritual lead and the previous participant will chant it with you, then turn to the ritual lead. Will indicate the participant to your right should begin their portion.
Oh my god.
You will chant, and henceforth, the last participant makes the same whisper chant. You will chant along with them, if you so choose. I'm going to show you one real weird thing, though, about these pills. The last one's the red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I cannot tell which is supposed to be red and which is supposed to be gold.
I could have done a better job of coloring
I think
those
the
for
darker one's supposed to be red, possibly. Do we agree,
Most
or
likely. Most likely.
hard
you.
to
I
tell?
guess, yeah.
Well, we'll find out. Fourth participant, are you ready?
Sure. The I, Shantano, empath of the Order of Apostate who splinters into fragments. I hold in my hand the power of the red sun. Its power brings destruction to eliminate the darkness. Then drop it.
Be purple.
Drop the tablet into the pure water in the glass vessel. Watch as the power of the red infuses the water. Then watch as the water takes on an indigo hue.
Ah, we did it right.
Destruction and mind combine to enable the truth to be freed.
When you feel the power of the truth well up inside you, you chant the following in a low whisper.
There are 4 verities, and I am one.
We then turn to the ritual lead, who finishes the rite. When the fourth participant finishes after you whisper the chant with them, that's when you can ask your question. And in this variant, you each are going to get a question, and the verities will answer. Remember? Now,
No, I didn't think this far in advance.
there is a role involved in the answering of the question. The more about the dark, or its servants, this question is, the easier it will be.
We each asked a question. Before we did this ritual, did we consult with one another about our questions?
That would have been smart.
Can we,
But so we probably didn't do it.
You could have
Okay.
if you so desired.
I feel like we're all too self-centered to do that.
It doesn't seem like a thing we would do.
I mean, since when have we ever actually planned anything? We don't even
Wow,
plan our
very-
brunches.
Who
Fair.
plans brunch?
No, we just assume it'll happen.
Unnecessary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just happens.
The way you've set this up, Mac gets to ask first, then Vor, then Aroshka, then Shantano.
Gosh. Even if our characters didn't discuss this beforehand, I wish that the rest that we had discussed it beforehand because I had no idea what to ask.
Well, there's 2 of us in front of you, so you got a little time to think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you And if you'd like reminders about things, you might want to know things about either Things of the Dark, or you might want to know things about the Church of Midnight and what they're doing and things that are happening, or you want to ask about the Vespertine, you could do that.
What is the main goal of the Church of Midnight?
Stand by. Let's see, Four Verities. There's a thing I just need to open up here real quick so that I have it in front of me. Yes. Things. Let's see. Okay. The main goal of the Church of Midnight. It is a level 4 divination effect, this. So right now you would need a 4 or better. Is there anything you want to add to this with what you've been doing?
Yes. I guess I would add a point of sorcery.
Okay. So, with sorcery, you're just basically knocking it down 1, I believe. Possibly. I need to relook at that. But, yeah. That'd be 3 or better.
Yeah, I guess we'll just roll with that.
All right. You're going to get some kind of an answer. We'll see what it is.
Six here.
Okay. So, one of the now you're doing this at the Cathedral of Illuminism, so that means that the answers come through individuals who are being inhabited, who are also in the circle here, as vessels. And one of them raises their head and will say, "At present, they seek to open the vault of the last hour because they believe it will help stem the tide of coming darkness." Vor may now ask a question.
Taking notes.
Yeah, what was that? They seek to open what?
The vault of the last hour?
Hour, yes.
Well, that was going to be my question. So I'm going to be selfish. And Vor is going to ask, what is the great game?
So this is going to be, again, this is a divination effect, but it is because the great game does not have a lot to do with the dark directly. Yeah.
I wasn't sure, so it's a gamble.
The divination is the divination set is level 9. There's enough overlap. I'm going to make it a divination a level 8. So it is 8 or better.
Okay.
Is there anything you want to throw at this?
Yeah, I'll check. Okay, it's divination. I have my skill in understanding. Well, I guess this is codified though, because it's a ritual, isn't it?
It is.
So yeah, that doesn't help me here. Um. Ooh. Proposal. OGM.
Oh, yes.
Can I use a wicked key?
You can.
Fuck, I forgot we had those still. We
I
gotta
that's
burn those
fine.
up. We have like
Yeah, I was like, I've
we
got
each have like
three of them.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna use a wicked key then in that case. So Vor will ask her question and then hold the key out into
Yeah, two.
I feel like she probably sticks it in the water because that seems more appropriate and
All
uses
right.
that to sort of unlock her answer.
For the first time in over 3 years, someone in this campaign is using their wicked key.
Yeah.
We don't want to be those players who
We
have
never
a full
let her.
inventory at the end of the game.
AKA the way I play every RPG.
I know, right?
I
never
might
use
still
it.
need this max potion. I don't.
Now we have to get another one so we can be completionists.
Yeah. I at the beginning of this campaign, I put these wicked keys into a bag, and there's still a little bit. There's a little bit of thread still on them, but in any case, for those who we may recall, this is really just for flavor more than anything else. But is there a particular key? I'm going to try to
Ooh,
actually
we get to
display them
pick.
better that you would like to
Ooh.
use for this.
Ooh.
Can you see them okay?
They're so fancy.
Yeah. I kind of like. Is that a blue one? Like a gunmetal gray?
This one?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, I like that one.
All right.
You gotta send us a picture of these keys sometime.
Yes, absolutely. They come in 5 different minutes, so I'm not drinking
Yes.
this.
Yeah.
You stick the wicked key in the water, a lock forms. A little keyhole forms in the water as you move the key toward it. The key fits perfectly. And you turn it. What was your question again?
What is the great game?
A great game. The person across from you, their eyes sort of shift again. And as they look at you, they're like, well, that is interesting. Again, in a booming voice, a slightly different booming voice. This is the second Verity. The connection's never been this good before. Not lately. Oh, I see. You used an end run. It's the grand game. That much I have seen. The grand game was established. Hang on. I have to actually open this up. Stand by.
Standing by, pen in hand, ready to take notes.
Oh boy. Oh,
The verities
boy,
are
oh, boy,
actually documents on Jim's computer.
That's the real secret.
Yeah, that's the problem. I just got to get to the right spot here. Okay.
Rarity of the Blue Sun, aka this PDF.
The grand game.
PDF is all knowing.
Was established to create balance between universal forces and embodiments thereof, powerful beings who created who would, through sponsors less powerful than themselves, play out their conflicts to better determine their positioning.
Well, I don't like that.
Sounds like a proxy war.
Of sorts, yes. The war is a way for the war to be cold before it becomes hot, should there be one.
Gotcha.
Does indeed sound like a thing you should avoid.
Also does indeed sound like a thing Vor would have stuck her nose into. All right.
Those who participate are sponsored by these greater powers. It is required for entry. If you are sponsored by this greater power, then you will play a game of chance against others who are so sponsored.
Mhm. Yeah, Vor would make a pretty attractive sponsor. Or pretty attractive sponsee, I guess. Yeah. All right.
And I think that's everything that falls under, that I can think of presently, that falls under the category of what is the grand game.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
And one more thing, they will say. And Vormiravanus, it was also your doom. And then the eyes will flicker. And,
Of course he will.
and
She's already figured that part out.
we shift over to Aroshka.
I'm gonna ask, does the Church of Midnight know of our activities?
Okay, this is, again, this is difficulty 4. Let me know if you want to throw anything else at it.
Let me look. I don't know if I would use this one. Would understanding people's motives be useful?
Yeah, because this is what your question is about.
Okay. That brings it down to 3, right?
Yes.
Can I? How much sorcery do you have? Can I also throw a point of sorcery at it? Is it
Yeah,
sorcery
sure.
or
You're casting a spell, yeah.
Okay. So I got it down to 2.
Mm-hmm. 2 or better.
Is it
2
ours?
dice.
Is it? Huh?
It's 2 dice. It's a magic spell, but
Oh.
I forgot about that.
So
Clear.
2d10.
Yep.
I did it wrong.
No worries.
How do I do it?
Well, if you want, you can drift over to where the D20 is in that symbol over on the left and go down to D10s and go drift over to the right and click the 2. If you want to do it that way.
Yeah, that's easier. Hey. Not bad.
All right. So both were successful. So you got a 5. That's a better number. So that's 3 better than what you got.
Yay.
Let's see. Yes. What was the question again?
Does the Church of Midnight know of our activities?
Right. The eyes flicker. Some, what was expressed to the one known as Miterand, they are aware of, but most in the Church of Midnight who are not secretly Vespertine do not know of your activities.
That seems like a
Those
good
Vespertine
sign.
who have infiltrated the church have an interest in your activities.
That's not the same as knowing.
I'm trying to think how much of your activities they know. Those who've infiltrated the church, how much do they know? No. Correct, they do not, but they may not fully know. They only know as far as your activities on the train.
So we have an advantage. Okay.
Hmm. And then it shifts over to Shanta now.
So glad I didn't get any ominous messages from
Who also has a question that they may ask.
I think Shantanu was gonna ask, what is the enemy of reason spinning?
What is the enemy of reason spinning?
Yeah, plotting spinning.
Oh, okay.
I assume that's tied to night, right?
Oh, yes, very much so. well, tied to the dark, absolutely. It's going to be difficulty 4, again. Is there anything you want to pull into this?
Does understanding people's motives help?
Absolutely.
I have 3 in that.
Yep.
Ooh.
So
actually, I think you can also knock it down to 2 because you now have a connection to the enemy of reason.
Yeah. All right. So 2?
Yeah, 2 on 2 dice.
2d10.
Hmm. Okay. So again, you got 3 better than that. Okay. The one across from you, their eyes sort of again, they flip the glow for a moment, and they're like, the enemy of reason seeks the release. Oh, actually, what is it? What are they plotting? Okay, I gotta be careful here. Seeks the release of that which is in the vault of the last hour. They have contacted their agent, an infiltrator of the Church of Midnight, going by the name of Lavandra. He is with her now. Or actually, no, he's not with her now. He is at her residence now to communicate. Yeah. To check up on to check up on final instructions he has given. She is to actually, yeah. No, this would come through also, strangely enough. She is to push forth the ritual to open the vault of the last hour tonight.
Oh, maybe we don't have time for brunch.
And I believe that is the final answer there. And yeah.
Impressive.
And it will yes, actually, before the vision fades for this person, who's being inhabited by the fourth verity, they say, you have the means to find him and see what they are up to. Pulls out.
I think we we need to. So it sounds like to me, in my read on things, that the Vespertine infiltrated the church to get them to open this vault. And I think the actual members of the Church of Midnight seem to think that they're doing the right thing, because they said that they were trying to stem the coming darkness. So I'm thinking we just need to get to the real members of the Church of Midnight and convince them not to move forward.
That seems like it will be a tall order, since we're going to tell them that they should ignore people that they've been interacting with all this time.
Well, we're going to have to expose the Vespertine within the church, which they know they've been infiltrated.
That's true.
I mean, we told Mitterrand that. We gave him some of the information to that effect. And we didn't we give them, thought we took them the information about the Vespertine and the person that Shaw had?
You did.
Yeah. So they should have some indication.
Yeah.
They know they've been infiltrated.
Yeah. Although, keep in mind, Mitterrand, and it does come back to you at this point, the Mitterrand did say, we'll have plenty of time to look into it after we've finished this project we have to take care of over the next couple of days.
Yeah, okay, so we got to convince them to look into it now, and stop their ritual. Or we just wreck their ritual. That also would work.
Yeah,
maybe a little bit more dangerous.
Ritual. I'm pretty sure I am able to take us to where the ritual is now, so, or at least the person who's in charge of it.
It's useful.
That's weirdly convenient.
Right?
I mean, it seems like we're under a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah, like I said, no brunch. Maybe they got to go straight there.
Yeah, brunch for after saving the universe. Yeah.
I mean, there's always second brunch, I guess.
This is true.
Entirely possible.
Yeah, I vote we go straight there. We're just gonna take Clellan with us. Like, Clellan's just involved now.
All right. So, quick note. Yes, you'll be able to see Clellan's been hanging out outside with another Goetic that Mac knows. And you'll be able to reunite Clellan with his soul. So that he'll actually be able to have a presence back in Satyrine, instead of just being kind of a dream. And you will, through the working that Shantano now knows how to do, you'll be able to find where to place yourself next. I would like to ask one thing real quick. Would you folks be all right if we go a little bit longer so we can sort some of this stuff out? Would that be okay tonight?
I can probably go like another 20 minutes or so, but if it's going to be longer than that, I think
okay.
It's getting a little late on the East Coast.
It's perfectly fine. I can. So I'm going to push things along just a tiny bit, and we're going to state that. Let me ask briefly, Shantano, what does this look like when you cast this ritual?
So if you look like I think like you ever seen like magnetic pieces kind of like when you see iron filings go towards like a magnet kind of thing? If you look closely at Shantano, you kind of see the shards in them kind of all going in, sort of pointing into a certain direction. Is like, or at least like look like they're kind of moving in that direction.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Okay, so they're sort of these shards are kind of pointing you in the right way.
Or it's like kind of like I'm being pulled along.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and say you cast that after you have you're able to after you have reunited Clellan with his soul, which is just a mind. You just sort of hold the. You can resummon the thing from yourself, and he's okay again. He is going to offer you. He will give you some things when you get back and have time, because he's very happy about that for the service you have done him.
Of course, we that went through an unfortunate accident that was not our
Yeah.
fault.
It had
Absolutely
nothing
not.
whatsoever to do with it.
We have absolutely nothing to do with it. You will find yourselves as you're able to hop one island over. There's an island with brambles on it and an old ruined castle that you're able to find within sort of the forest of brambles. There is a doorway, a portal, that once you step through, you step back out onto Limerence Street, strangely enough.
Wow.
Throwback.
Where this doorway is. On your way, Axon will actually speak through someone and tell you they're not sure how that door got there, but it seems to have been there for a little bit. And there's some other things they're going to want to talk to you about soon when you have a moment. They as you know, a child playing with jacks on the street will suddenly sort of rise up and tell you this. You will find your way back to the Fade, where there is a hotel that you're able to make your way to. And it's one of those, security is not huge on it necessarily. This particular hotel is called the Golden Key. And there is essentially, you're able to follow follow Chantineau's traces to the door of a hotel room. Getting through the door is fairly simple. It's a locked door. It's nothing. They don't do anything fancy with it. Possibly Eroshka could talk to it, or if someone wants to, they can just pick the lock. It's not really a big deal.
Why does it say I have that thing now where I can just sort of go through?
That's true. You can just be there. You can just sort of step through and open the door. And upon going in, you will see that briefly, you will catch a brief glimpse of what looks for a moment like a man in a dark, long coat wearing a hat, who just sort of looks up as you enter, shakes their head. Yeah. I'm afraid everything is already in motion. And you see them flow out the window. But in this room, you will find some things that will point you exactly where you need to go. There's a lot in here, actually. There's a bag full of crystal orbs and a couple of mage coins. There are a few items which I will share with you once we in chat. But you're able to see a couple of things of note. One is sort of a thing, sort of a little map showing you where the Vault of the Last Hour is.
Handy.
And let me see. Do I have the other thing? Oh, all right. The other thing is a note. Oh yeah, yes, I have got it. I have got it. I have got it here that you're able to pick up. And again, I'm rolling through this fairly quickly, but you'll see where we are here. I shall show this to everyone. It is in fact Thursday night. This note has been here for a little while. And I will go ahead and I will also, I believe I have it in my handouts to show people. I think I do. Lavandra, we are pleased with your progress. Once you gain the final bit of the passphrase, have the dupes open the vault on Thursday night. Don't worry about how they react to what's inside. You can flee as soon as it is freed. They won't be able to trap it again. one step closer to the Vespertine's true dark.
Oh, we're taking that note as evidence.
Might help. Do you wish then to proceed to the? It is getting on night.
I mean, feel like we should.
Yeah. All right. So, the Vault of the Last Hour is located in the Orchard of Mausoleums in the Confederacy of Cloisters. That part of the city. Let me close that. I am going to draw a card as you enter this place, so that we can see where we are and and how things look. All right. So the card that I have drawn is the Untrustworthy Mirror.
Uh-oh.
We had that not too terribly long ago. No, that's not the one I want. I want this one. There it is. Its meanings are illusion, false identity, and failure. Let me go ahead and open it up so that folks can also see it.
Hopefully not our failure.
The Untrustworthy Mirror. See. That's card 36. The Untrustworthy Mirror. Illusion, false identity, and failure. Can we trust the mirror? Shadow thinking would say yes, but wisdom gained in the actuality suggests otherwise. When no one can see your reflection, is it really yours? If you have to look in a mirror to confirm your own appearance or identity, how do we know it's not lying? The world is full of illusion and deception. Believing your own eyes isn't always wise, and believing what's in the mirror is the step removed even from that. All right. So, this is a gold card. So let me briefly turn the sun gold. There we go. Gold magic is up. So, you will find yourselves in the Confederacy of Cloisters. By way of a brief description, it's filled with it's a district filled with temples, shrine, monasteries, other religious sites. It is the place you are looking for, the vault in and of itself. It's a place full of mausoleums. As you arrive, you will note there is a little semicircle around one particular vault. One particular tomb that looks very similar to all the others. In this circle are a number of members of the Church of Midnight, and standing at their head, next to, standing at their head is High Priestess Adored Infalosa. I do not have a picture of Infalosa, but, let's see, as she was described by Vor, more void than person, you can see the abyss through her. She wears an elegant void black garment, gown-like, and your vision falls into it. Shadows play across her face, her hair weaves back and forth, and she has sharp features. You will see also the individual standing next to her trying to lead a ritual. this individual, I shall show you now. I do have a picture for. This is presumably Lavandra.
Nice.
Let me also show people. Let me show the people at home the image of Lavandra. There is Lavandra, wearing an elegant sort of wine-colored dress, dark glasses. Something about her that suggests that not all is as it seems. The ritual already appears to be underway as you arrive. What would you like to do?
Just march up and shove the note in Infilosa's face. It doesn't seem like the best plan, but it does sound fun.
What does the card pulled do? What is it doing right now?
The card that's currently that we've currently got going, it's the Untrustworthy Mirror. Gold magic is more powerful right now. Silver magic is slightly less powerful. That's the main thing that it does. It is mysteries, I believe. Which, let me just check briefly here. Yes. Let me see. Let me look in the thing here. Yeah, it's a mysteries card, which means that. Let me see if anyone's got mysteries. Nope, no one's got mysteries.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so no one gets any bonus from it in particular.
You just command them to stop, like I did on the train.
You could
work well there.
Would it help at all if we ignore the effect of the card, or no? Does that not help us?
It's
magic.
For what I was gonna do, it wouldn't matter because the magic is red, so it's not up or down presently.
Yeah, just depends on if you want to cast any silver spells. If there's a silver spell you want to cast, then ignoring the card will help you, because that's all it really affects.
I have the ability that says I give a mental command for an action that can be completed in one round, and all within short range that I want to be affected will obey. So I could just tell them stop the ritual.
You can indeed. There is a roll involved.
There is, but we can work that roll out.
All right, certainly, absolutely. Is that what you're going to do? Is that what we're doing?
I mean, I feel like that's the easiest and most straightforward way to just get them to stop, and then we can have it. We can chat it out, but at least that prevents the immediate detonation of the ritual.
All right. So presently, the ritual is being led by Lavandra, so I am going to assume that this is sort of the epicenter of this. So you're not casting this directly against Infilosa, which is probably just as well. This means that your challenge is only 7.
Okay, so the effect is level 5 already.
Okay, so I mean you're already do or better right now.
Yeah, the effect is already level 5, and then I have 2 dice because it's magic. Can I use my charm skill?
Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Yes.
Cool. So that's a level 3 skill.
Yeah.
So that means
so that just knocks it out
8.
completely.
Yeah.
All right. So what does this look like when you step forward and do this? You will be noticed, obviously.
Yeah. Vor is just going to walk up close to them. They're probably like focused on what they're doing, so she's not going to get like in the ritual circle because that seems like a bad plan. But instead, she'll walk up behind them and she'll take her sword cane and just ram it against the ground, and it sounds a lot louder then it probably should, because it's just a little sword cane. And she says, "Stop the ritual now."
All right. So you say this, everything stops dead. Words catch in Lavandra's throat. She was about to speak. She was speaking a multi-syllable thing. She stops. Infilosa turns.
Hi.
Vanus.
Hi. You haven't answered my calls. But more importantly, that one, and she points at Lavandra.
Lavandra will immediately will pull back her hand. Cry out, "How dare you!" And she's going to try to do a thing to you immediately.
Right.
To try to prevent you from saying what you're about to say.
I was gonna say, can I try to use my, where is it? The Devilate. I subdue a being within short range.
What is it?
Oh, here, I'll just copy it for you.
Is it a spell? Is it a?
It is a spell. Yeah,
Okay.
I've used it before. It's kind of a high
Debilate.
level one.
I subdue a being within short range, binding them with conjured coils of rope, and draining them their will to struggle, fight, or do anything but remain still and quiet. All right. Yes, but you have to overcome what she's about to try to do.
Okay.
She is again. Let me see here. The effect she's about to produce is actually going to be level 10. As this is as she's doing it, you see this sort of cloud of darkness coming from her hand, and she has also. The thing is, you doing this. Okay, well, actually, let me think about this. She has a +2 to resist.
Well, that's just not fair.
Oh.
So, but the thing is, you're doing it. Depends. Are you trying to stop what she's doing, or are you trying to just confine her? Basically, I think is the question.
I guess I'm just trying to confine her.
Okay, so there are going to be a couple of rolls going on here. So your difficulty, actually, your challenge will only be 9 then, because she's level 7 plus her +2 resistance is 9. Vor's challenge is going to be level 10.
Yeah. Okay.
So that is the question. Who wants to resolve? Who do we want to resolve first?
Well, Rojka, do you want to resolve first?
Can I add another action into this whole
Sure.
mess? I think Mac wants to use his Testament of Sons. I've always wanted to do this. And slap Lavandra across the face with it. Because it's a hand.
Is he gonna do this before or after all the other things?
Which side of the hand are you using? I think is a good question.
No, literally slap her with the with the Testament.
Open palm.
Open
palm. Yeah.
You certainly can do that. That's just going to be a physical action you're doing. I think that.
Does this distract her enough to help either of the other two of us?
Well, let me ask: are you doing this on your own, or are you trying to help someone else when you do this?
I mean, this was how he was planning on stopping the ritual.
Okay.
Although he was actually going to try to do it to Enfilosa, but it seemed like there's a more immediate threat.
Yeah, Lavandra's doing the ritual. So I think you can probably actually move a little bit faster. So yeah, this might provide a bit of a distraction. We'll see how this does. So versus what she's doing, so let's see, she has also a +2 withstand, so it's still going to be a 9. A 9 or better if you're striking her with this. So this is actually this is actually going to go off first, probably. Let me look at the thing here. Okay. So, and again, you're well. Let's see. Are you trying to? Let me ask again more specifically. Are you trying to? It's going to be a 9 if you're not trying to stop her from casting this thing she's about to do. If you are trying to stop her from casting the thing she's about to do, it is more like it is going to be like a 12. It just depends on how you want to handle this.
I think it's more of a distraction,
okay,
than it is a natural stopping.
Okay, that'll still be involved, so that'll be 9.
I'm just trying to think: is there an effect that my Testament of Suns can activate as the slap?
You can. Remember, I think it allows you to. It allows you to store skills from someone that's inhabited you, and it allows you to project images of folks that have inhabited you, as I recall. I think those were the effects that we settled on, if I remember correctly.
What's the most scary thing that has inhabited me?
Well, the illusion you could do, if it's a skill, it would need to be whoever was most recent. I think, if I remember this correctly. So, are you doing an illusion or a skill?
Illusion.
Okay, yeah. The scariest thing that's inhabited you is probably, I'm guessing. You know who I think it is? I'll tell you who I think it is. You can tell me if you agree or not. Because I think, let me grab their name. If I have it here. No, not that one. Let me find them. Real quick. Yes, the Imminence. That seer from the Symphonic Garden.
Yeah, okay.
That shows only the future. They're pretty powerful.
Yeah.
I don't have a level written down for them, but I feel as though they're pretty powerful.
I mean, with a name like that,
yeah.
have to assume. So we'll do that, and yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay, so is this while you are slapping her with?
Like, I kind of want the slap to happen first, and then when they reel back after the impact, what they see is not Mac, but
gotcha.
Minutes.
Perfect. Okay, so this is it's going to be a challenge of 9, to smack the hell out of Levandra. For distractive purposes. What do you want to throw in for this?
We'll use an accuracy beam.
Okay, that'll bring it down to an 8.
I use my martial arts skill.
Okay, how far does that drop it?
It's a level 2.
Okay, so that brings it down to a 6.
Can Sagan help me?
Possibly. What do you want Sagan to do?
Assume his physical form and provide a distraction.
Sure, absolutely.
A distraction for your distraction.
We'll bring that.
It's distractions all the way down.
It is distractions all the way down. That'll bring it down to a 5.
Okay. Is there anything else I can use here? Anything in my forte? I don't think I can use Spirit of the Warrior because that just gives me 3 Bene into.
Yeah. I mean, you'd still just have the. Yeah, unless they're enhancements. Does it say they're enhancements or bene?
No, they're enhancements.
Oh, if they're
Oh, I'm
enhancements,
sorry,
then
they're bene. I'm sorry, they're bene.
oh, they are
Like,
bene.
Spirit
Okay.
of the
Okay.
I have Spirit of the Legacy, which means that. Sorry, did I get?
Yeah.
I don't have Spirit Burn because I
Okay.
have Spirit Ally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
no
I think
worries.
5 is about it.
Okay, so 5 or better on this abject smackery.
What? Why didn't that one work?
Oh, you put it in the Zoom chat.
Oh. Oh, yes.
There you go.
6.
All right. You leap
We're
forward.
doing so good.
As you do so, this image, you see Mac surrounded by this image of this green hooded figure with glowing eyes that wells up water-like as though it's made of water. As it reaches forward menacingly toward Lavandra after she stumbles back for a moment, seeing this. As she's trying to get this spell off simultaneously now. Aroshka, do you wish to try to...
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how it's gonna go, but
Yeah, difficulty is now only going to be 8 or better because of she's being distracted already by this other thing.
am I rolling 2?
Depends what you're doing. Oh yeah, it's 2 because it's a spell. What's the level of that spell again?
It says it's a level 6 plus 1 die.
Okay,
so
so
I'm
that's
rolling 3.
2 or better. So it's down to 2 or better because you're already getting one from Mac.
Mm-hmm. But how many dice am I rolling?
2 dice. It's a magical effect.
Okay.
There you go. Get on that.
Okay, yeah, both succeeded, but one of them succeeded muchly.
Yeah.
These ropes are immediately going to come out and entangle her as this bolt of darkness is shooting from her hand toward Vormira. Now, as she's suddenly entangled by this, this swarming cloud is about to engulf you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a dark spell that is being cast at you. That is trying to invade your mind as it comes closer. You can hear it whispering, this cloud of things that are like, are they bats or are they sharing each other's space?
Mhm.
It's hard to know what they are. That come at
Mind
you.
is a scary place, so
darkly.
come on in.
So, this is going to be, again, a level 10, but I'm knocking it down to an 8 because Mac and Aroshka are distracting her while this is happening.
Okay.
So right now you'd need an 8 or better. What else would you like to do to try to resist this effect?
Okay, so you said it is a spell that is trying to come at my mind.
Yes.
All right, well, first of all, I do have resist 2, so that I feel is helpful in this circumstance.
Okay, absolutely. It absolutely is. So that knocks it down
So that's
to
6,
6.
right? Is this so I have understanding magic that lies outside codified practices. Is this a codified spell or is this
It is not.
loosey-goosey?
This
Cool.
is outside of codified practice is what she's doing.
Sweet. That's another level 2 skill.
Okay.
So that
So-
takes it down now to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, what an important question. Are they thoughts or are they memories?
Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
/ can meme help me here to eat them?
They are not memories. They are visions.
Okay, so I'm guessing meme is less useful. That's sad because I wanted to feed them to meme.
Unfortunately, yeah, not quite. Yeah, not quite so much.
Damn. Can I use magic here, like to help with my resistance? Okay.
Certainly.
All right. Well, so I need something that's level 4. Hang on. I'm gonna go consult the way. So I can weave obstacles from challenge. Probably strength from diamond.
Okay.
And attraction from lust, I'm thinking. So basically she's like hurling this like wall of black evil visions at me, and I just want to like scoop them up in my hand.
Okay, so you want to just pull them to you.
Yeah, just basically
for your
pull
own
them to me so
dark
that I'm
purposes.
holding them in my hand. Yes, for my own dark purposes, which may involve giving them back to her at a later point.
I shall consult our old friend, the effects by level table. Oh, hey! Praxagrothesmophoria is raiding. Hello, Prax! Thank you so much for coming. You're just in time to see us try to deal with this this villainous individual that is trying to cause the thing to happen. Let's see. The effects by level table tells us you want to grab someone else's magical effect and ball it up for later use.
Yep. Yes.
Let's see.
And if I can't get it for later use, at least I can ball it up and then crush it in my hand. That would be fine too.
Psychological warfare.
Yes.
You're trying to take control of someone else's illusion. Let's see. Yes, just in time for the villainy. Whose villainy I won't be entirely certain until we resolve this roll. This feels kind of big.
Cue the "Are we the baddies" meme?
Yeah, I know, right? This is not. This is a fairly powerful effect she is hurling at you.
I mean, I have my stuff from resist and from my skills to help me here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out the level of this weaving you're doing. And so, yeah, I could say, yeah, this is basically you're trying to take control. I think, 6 is probably going to be close enough because of what this can do.
Cool. I'll do that.
So, I mean, that will do it. It's going to be a major thing. Now, doing that, of course, you basically will be spending it, but this will just do it because that's, at that point.
I'll have exceeded the venture, yeah.
Let me ask before this goes off.
Mm-hmm.
Shantanu, is there anything you would like to be doing while this is happening?
Want to get in on the fun?
Do something else to this woman?
This woman, or are there a bunch of cultists here? The high priestess of the Church of Midnight is here as well. If you want to do something with them,
I think Shantano's gonna wait to see if everything else works out, and if not, then try and do something.
Okay, absolutely. So you are sort of at the ready. Vor, what does this look like?
So Vor's talking to Infilosa and is about to say, hey, that woman over there, Lavandra, is working for the Vespertine, and maybe you should stop and listen, is what she's like trying to say, as this woman's like, no, and like about to throw this at her. Vor doesn't even look at Lavandra. Vor just lifts a hand. She's still got her cane in one hand, and she just lifts her hand, and just it was all coming at her in like sort of a wave, and it all just kind of gets sucked down into her hand, and now she's basically holding like a little ball of angry visions, and she finishes her sentence to Infilosa just like she intended, and then pulls the ball a little bit toward Infilosa and goes, I mean, if this isn't evidence enough, I have more.
So Lavandra is now is bound up in these ropes, and now no longer has a desire to struggle or or object.
I want you to also picture like Aroshka doing this and just sitting there smiling serenely.
And Meanwhile, Mac is pointing his testament of thumbs at people, just daring them to step forward and also take a slap.
Infilosa drifts forward toward Vormira. And just sort of looks at you.
Baby cakes.
Infilosa. Let's move to where Infilosa's stats are here. Okay. You are going to be using this to try to convince Infilosa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Your messages were received. We are rather busy, as you can see. You say that she is an infiltrator.
Indeed. Member of the Vespertine.
Merely
working
because
for the enemy of reason.
Merely because she makes use of the dark, as some of us do.
Oh no. As I said, it's not that she makes use of the dark. It's that she tried to attack me instead of letting me talk.
Yes, you interrupted our ritual.
Indeed, because if you open this, the enemy of reason gets what they want, as do the Vespertine. The total dark. I have a note, if you'd like to see it.
That would be much appreciated.
And Vor will produce the note that they took from the hotel room.
Reaches forth her nailed hand. She looks at it.
In fact, we also would perform the ritual of the four verities not an hour or so ago, and we received information that she was working for the enemy of reason as well as the Vespertine, and that the enemy of reason seeks whatever is locked in that vault, and should you open it, the consequences will be very terrible for everyone.
She is studying your face
the note.
very carefully. Now, I'm going to ask you to make a roll for me.
Sure, okay.
You have shown evidence. So Infilosa is level 10.
Mm-hmm.
She has +2 to social interaction.
Cool, okay.
So this is a base of 12.
Okay.
You've given her a note with evidence. You've given her a prophecy. So I'm going to knock that back down to 10.
Cool.
What else would you like to pour into this?
Well, does my point about her attacking me instead of letting me speak have any weight? Because I feel like that speaks to a guilty conscience.
I mean, it's very much a sort. Well, I mean, the thing is that if you'd interrupted someone else's ritual with magic that way, then that might just be their natural reaction.
I didn't harm them. I just told them to stop.
Yes, but you used mind magic to force everyone to stop.
Well, that was the most expedient means.
Yeah. I mean, she's. I will say she respects your method. So,
okay.
I will give you a point for that.
Okay, cool.
So that'll knock it down to 9.
Awesome. All right. I would like to use my charm skill here. I'm assuming Infilos and I have a long history.
Oh, yes.
So my charm skill is 3, so that takes it down to 6.
Okay, yeah.
And I want to do a thing. I don't know. Not quite sure I feel like this is a thing Vor would be able to do, but I'm not sure. Maybe this is something we can just cover with like some sortilege or something, or maybe a couple of extra sorcery points. But Vor's whole shtick is mind magic. She's gonna offer for Invelosa to read her memories. So that way Invelosa can see where they found the note, the direct information that they got from the ritual, like basically to prove the veracity of what she's saying here, right? And then also the stuff that happened on the train with the Vespertine, like trying to give out all of that to her.
Yeah, I mean that'll do quite a lot. So
she's not trying to get into Invelosa's mind. She's trying to invite Invelosa into hers.
I have a choice to give you.
Okay.
So this choice will sound familiar.
Okay.
We can proceed with a roll, as though you've added, say, sortilege to this, so you'll get another die for this. Or I can draw a card, or you will succeed, but I am going to give you a despair.
I'll take the despair. That's fine.
Okay. You offer this. You offer to let her look into your mind. It says, very, very upfront for you. Are you certain?
Learned some things over the last couple of weeks. And I feel like this is probably the easiest way to convince you and the most expedient means of stopping this.
Very well. So, a couple of things happen. She looks into your mind. Well, before anything else, I just want to double check with everyone. Is there anything anyone else wants to do before this happens? Going once? Going twice? All right. She gazes into your mind and reads through your recent memories. She sees the truth of what you are saying. You have a very quick conversation with her. As this is happening, you can hear each other's thoughts to an extent. And you will learn. She knows that you want to learn more about. This will be coming. This will be coming. She'll know that you will want to learn more about what's happened in recent history, and she will talk to you about that and your connection. But the thing is, some of the difficulty here is there's more than one person in there.
In my mind or in
yours?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, there is. That's true.
There are traces of there are traces
at last
of
count.
two other people in there. One of which is Nimrigul.
Yep.
Seeing that interaction throws her into an interesting state as she looks and realizes there is an issue.
Of course there is.
She tells you your mind is going to disintegrate slowly. It will continue its dissolution if you do not stop this.
Well, good to know, I guess.
You are doing it too fast. He tells you. You are doing it too fast. And then, this is when that little bit of consciousness from the enemy of reason
Oh, shit.
snakes in. There is a brief sound. And I think to an extent, Shantano feels this also because of what's happening. For a brief moment, Infelos's eyes cloud over as a shadow falls across. I mean, it's already dark. It's damn near midnight. Maybe. Who knows? It's dark. It looks more like midnight now. It's not actually midnight yet because Mac would wink out. But a shadow falls across everything for a moment. Only the shadow. You don't see what's casting it, but it is a shadow of what seems to be a large cyclone forming into a tall horned being. A very large horned being, like 20 feet tall. Infelosa struggles to hold on for a moment. She utters, but finds herself uttering a single syllable. That shakes the ground. And the vault cracks open.
Oh, shit.
No! Is there anything I can do to stop her?
She didn't know she was about to do it. This is the result of despair. A wisp of something comes bolting out. And you do see that there's an attempt by this shadowy hand to try to catch it, and it fails. Shantano, kind of in the background, hears, "It's all right, I can track it down. I can get it to someone. Just need to wait." Lavandra cannot capture it. Lavandra is captured. Areshka, you have an idea of what this is.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you see it flit up and away into nothingness, it is an undefinable thing, because none have been able to think of it yet. It is an unwritten.
Uh-oh.
And it is now out running free like the others.
But there are others, right? Like, there's other unwritten. This is the first one to get out.
No, the first ones to get out were the ones that you released when... I'm sorry, you didn't directly do it, but the ones that came out of your etheric nexus.
Yeah.
I guess it runs in the family.
And I think... Yeah, we're going to need to... Yeah, I think this is where we're going to call things to a close, unless anyone has anything they want to get in before we cease for the night.
No, I don't think that's a good place to stop with a big oops.
Is it like
Yeah.
the concept of is it a being or
The Unwritten?
yeah.
Yeah, it was like it's not exactly a being, it's sort of like an animate concept of that which cannot be known, because it has not been thought of yet.
It's a concept?
Yes, from...
So can I try to store it in the pen?
It is a concept from beyond the edge of paradox.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is that pen, you may try. But it will be very difficult. Let me see. How difficult is it? Well, the enemy of reason... I'm sorry?
I was saying I believe it's just the pen.
That's going to be, we're going to call that an 11.
Okay.
Because I think the enemy of reason was trying to and perhaps had a chance. So we're gonna call it an 11. Do you have anything you want to throw at this?
Would magical lore help?
Yes.
I have a 2 in that.
Okay, so that's a 9.
How about survival?
Indirectly, that affects what's going on because it's kind of a survival of the universe thing, I guess.
Yeah.
How much survival do you have?
3.
3? Okay, yeah, sure. We'll knock that down to 6.
Yeah.
I don't know if this would help, but would hidden knowledge help?
If you want to use it for this, yes. It's a remember, hidden knowledge is once you use it, it's just for that forever. If you use a point of it, you remember what I'm saying?
Then yes.
Okay. This gives you knowledge on containment of the unwritten.
Wow.
It's very dangerous. Dangerous knowledge to have. Maddeningly dangerous knowledge to have.
The hilarious.
I couldn't think of a better hands to put that knowledge in.
The hilarious thing is, it kind of even makes sense because everybody spent a whole lot of time in my lab potentially learning shit like that.
You were hanging out with them for a few minutes inside the Nexus.
Right. It's not like I was doing the opposite of containment or anything.
No, not at all. So that was what is that? A point? Is that's
Yeah.
1 point? That brings it down to a 5.
5. Oh boy.
You are using magic here, so at this point probably, although not directly. You're just using an item, so we'll see. Right now it's 5. What do you want to do? Anything else?
If I can't use any of my qualia, then 5 works for me.
Yeah. I mean, you could use you could spend a sortilege if you want to make it a magical effect. If you want more dice, but
Yes, let's do that.
sure. You can spend a sortilege, and then you're sort of putting your will into it to try to trap it, so you'll get 2 dice. You get a 5 or better on.
All right. Let's try that.
All right. I am excited by this. Let's see how this goes.
Oh no.
So, success, but also flux.
The best success and the worst success.
How can this get better? Okay, I know.
Uh-oh.
As you do this, what does this initially look like when you're doing this?
It's like, do you see the sigils on the pen start to glow up, and the concept of the unwritten kind of starts to, I don't know, flow into the pen?
Yeah. This is an almost undoable thing. This is like an impossible thing that you are doing right now. Which, this is impossible things are things that we've been seeing a lot lately. It flows.
I feel like this is why nobody likes us, because we keep doing impossible things.
I know, right? This thing is flowing in. But as it does so, you're trying to put the thing is that you think at the last moment is, wait, I'm trying to put something called the unwritten into a pen. It is more or less at this point that there is you hear cracks all around Chantineau. Not unlike the sound that Chantineau makes when they crack into different pieces. Only it's a little bit happening to the universe. There's this moment of shattered glass. The essence of shattered glass seems to permeate everyone. Not actual shattered glass, the essence, the idea of it. as it seems to everyone gets pelted and permeated with shattered glass, or the idea of shattered glass. The shadow of Segeldrak similarly shatters. And somewhere, in another reality, almost, one might say, the foundations of an endless machine shake. And someone has a vision. Mac's probably a good person to have this vision.
Fantastic.
For a brief moment, you wink out, like at midnight. And you have this brief vision of these two orb-like structures within the internal machine, with wisps in them, being grabbed and pocketed and put into... pocketed is an interesting term for it. Being put into its very deep pocket, magical pocket, that is in a long blue coat. As, whilst chaos erupts, members of the Vespertine dashing around trying to figure out what's happening as the endless machine is starting to shake. Cogs are coming loose. You hear that specter crying out, "What happened to it?" "I don't know. I think someone tampered with it." "Foreman." Manfred pockets these wispy things that are perhaps unwritten, that they were trying to make use of. Mutters, "Well, time to go," and dashes for an exit. And I think that is, in fact, and then Mac winks back and is in the is back in the orchard again, the orchard of mausoleums. As things settle quietly, the shattering stops. Infilosa sinks to the ground and sits on the ground, released from the effect. Looks up at Dvor. Says, "Clearly, we have a considerable amount to talk about. My apologies for not getting to you sooner."
Apology accepted.
And I think that is where we're going to end it for the night.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming back. We are here in our we're in the final lap. After this, there are only 3 more episodes. And things shall come to an end. So, I believe next week, Danielle, I believe you're out next week. Is that right? Okay.
That's correct, yeah.
We will have Djinnaya back. So we'll pick up in with your conversation with Infilosa will probably happen separately. Probably at the beginning of the session in a couple of weeks. I'm thinking if we can squeeze that in.
Sounds good.
And so we'll see how things go. Let's do Joy and Despair.
Yeah.
So, Wilde, do we feel as though Shantano got any joy or any despair today?
I mean, yes. Oh boy. Maybe more despair than joy.
Okay.
You know, because they didn't mean to make everything shatter. I mean, literally everything.
That's fair. Oh, before we proceed, there's someone else also got an extra joy for the fact that they were suddenly doing the ritual of the 4 verities there. Who shall I think it probably should go to Mac, although Mac has been piling up huge amounts of joy. So if you prefer, you can defer it to someone else, but that's up to you.
I was actually going to say that Mac doesn't really get any joy or despair.
Okay. So well, I mean, yes, but there was an extra joy that I handed out earlier that I forgot to hand out to a specific individual. So theoretically it should go to you unless you want that to go to someone else.
I think we'll defer to Vor.
Okay, so Vor's going to get that joy. That's an extra joy. That's not part of this. Okay, so Shantano got a despair. It's a mixed thing. Arras, do we think Eroshka got a joy or a despair today?
I think Arosha's probably got a despair because also because like being reminded of all of the mistakes she has made is pretty unpleasant. And then like managed to tie up what's her face, right, and was kind of like and then didn't actually work, and it was like, damn it.
Yeah. You caught Lavandra, and you kept her from being able to.
And I kept her from doing it, but then it
happened
anyways.
Because the enemy of reason wanted it to happen, and someone decided to take a despair. But you did keep Lavandra from getting it, which actually is a pretty good win. But that said, though, despair is entirely an entirely viable thing here. Do you wish the despair?
Yeah.
You have.
I think overall, a little despairing, like that one little shining moment, but like overall, it was like, well, damn, today just sucked. Especially because I said it in the private chat and not where anybody in the audience could see it. But like when the enemy of reason was like, it's too late, and I was like, oh, we're so great at fucking shit up. We failed to fuck shit up. / we fucked shit up in totally the wrong way.
Often how things go. Life is chaos. Life is chaos. And Anino, you had said, do you not want Mac to get any joy or despair today?
Yeah, no. We'll skip that.
That's fine. And Danielle,
yes.
do you wish any joy or despair today?
Well, I already took my despair for everything.
You got a despair, and now I'm handing out the official ones, so it's up to you.
So for my official one, I'm actually going to take a joy because she got an answer to what the great game is.
True.
Or the grand game, rather. And she actually found Impalosa, and Impalosa apologized for not talking to her right at the end, which I think makes her very happy.
All right.
So I'm going to take a joy.
Excellent. Okay. So you do get a joy for that. Awesome. All right. Thank you all for hanging with us. I know we were kind of going a little over long. That's probably going to be a symptom of heading toward the finale. So my apologies in advance for that. But there's so much crammed into such a tiny space. But let us go ahead and go around and do our outros. Feel free to tell folks where they can find you and any final thoughts you have about this session or favorite bits or what have you. And as we're going once again in reverse order, we shall start again with Danielle.
Hi, everybody. I'm Danielle, and I'm not doing anything super exciting at the moment other than this, which is super fun. And I'm kind of sad we're coming to an end, but excited to see what happens. And today was very action packed, which I appreciated. That was. We did so much plot, guys. This was like 3 months of plot back when we started.
Happen again. Or go ahead.
So so very excited. But you can follow me on Twitter at RyRacontor, and and I think my Instagram's also on there. So if you like cosplay stuff, you can catch me there too.
Awesome. And yes. I think there much was accomplished indeed. And now we will head over to Anino.
How's it going, everyone? My name's Anino. You can find me on Twitter at Anino4K. Also on Instagram at Anino4K. I don't have anything else going. This might be the very last TTRPG stream that I end up doing, but who knows? Anyways, that's all I got.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I am pleased we were able to to learn more about Mac's past.
Yes. Yeah. I thought it was really interesting that he was pretty nonplussed about it. I actually did think about the Anino special exit right then and there.
Oh my God!
I thought you were. I thought you were sort of just offering that up, but
It's possible. It's possible at any given point. Yeah, I mean, you can always call her. You've got her number.
that's true.
as it were. If you want to just join her in another universe, that's entirely possible. The offer
You
is
send an Isekai truck instead or something.
yeah. The offer is open. What sort of gift do you get for someone who's forming their own universe? I don't know. But we shall now head over to Arras.
Hi, I'm back. My internet hates me today. Oh my God, I'm had so much fun today. Anyways, hi, I'm Arras. I'm Animus Panthera, Animus.Panthera, practically everywhere on the internet, but mostly Twitter, where I am a real life zoologist. I also love to cosplay, and obviously to play tabletop games. There's nowhere else that you can see me play games on the internet, though. If you want to play games with me, it's mostly private stuff. That's okay. I don't think exciting going on. It was just a Dragon Con. It was cool, and then now I'm sort of decompressing. It's been like a week, but I'm still decompressing. Yeah. I don't remember if there's anything else I'm supposed to say. I think that was everything.
All right. Oh, cool. No, I think that about covers it. Awesome. Sorry your internet has been doing horrible things, but
I know. It's just, yeah. I don't know what's up with it. Like, it's usually a little sketchy, but it's been extra sketchy today. I don't know what's up with that.
But it is cool you've been able to hop back in, though. That's good, though. So yeah,
only slightly sketchy.
Yeah, only slightly sketchy. Also, it was I really I appreciated the more background finally coming to the fore, which is a delight, and we'll see if that trend continues.
I love that, like, just like this person who's just like, let's remind Aroshka of every terrible thing she's ever done ever. It's like, stop saying stuff.
Well, remember also that was coming from a very particular context, someone who has a very particular view of things and of Aroshka. So there's some, might have been a biased opinion, but we'll see. We'll see how things progress. And finally, over to Wilde.
Yes. Hi, I'm Wilde. It was fun. It was great getting back into it. No, we didn't get to have brunch, but we get to see Shantano destroy things as usual. So,
That's the next best thing.
It's our group trademark.
Yes.
Leave it up to Shantano to get both the best and the worst role.
I know, right? It's fair. That's very fair.
Anyways, you could also catch me tomorrow on Eva Serit's channel for some Weissen in the morning. So yeah, we're
Chat on the shirt.
Yeah, we're fighting a herring baron and possibly mermaids or something.
Ooh.
Y'all.
Very cool. Awesome. Nice to finally also get a couple things resolved on this. This was really cool. Well, we have only 3 sessions left after this, and there's a lot to sort out over the next session or two. We'll see how things go. As for me, I finally also I forgot to change the to scroll down to the lower part of the image, which is actually this whole time I've been showing the sky of a graveyard, and I panned down so that you can see the graveyard itself. I should have done that earlier when we entered, but too late. I was too excited. But that said, who am I and what am I doing? I'm Jim Ryan. You can find me at OtherDoc on both Twitch and Twitter. My website is jimyesthatjim.com, where you can find my Geek Observation podcast and links to my various other podcasts, audio dramas, writings, and such. I have links down below to my website, Twitter, YouTube channel, and various other things. On Tuesday nights, we are playing our short campaign of Cult Divinity Lost, run by Hollow. It's great. I am enjoying the hell out of it. Always manages to toss things around. and just sort of grab moments as they come up. Very good at improvising, and so I'm all here for it. We made it out of a labyrinth last time that we peeled back reality to see, and so that was a delight, and now we're having relationship trouble, which is even more of a delight, just to RP if nothing else. And so there's a lot of that. But so we have that on Tuesday, and then of course on Saturdays we have this for the next couple of weeks or so. And we are approaching the very end very soon. But coming up, we will have a Dune campaign, which you'll probably see more in October. It's looking like we're finally getting our dates together, and we're gonna have an off-stream session 0 toward the end of September, and we're gonna be doing our actual streaming of it starting in October at some point. So we'll see kind of where we are and how that works. Most likely that'll be be happening around then. I do currently have signups running for a campaign of Don't Rest Your Head that I was planning on having as just sort of an unlimited campaign with a lot of people coming in and out. I haven't had a lot of signups for it as of yet though, so we'll have to see what happens with that. But they are open if you want to dive in and sign up. Signups run through Monday, September 19th. Don't Rest Your Head is a horror game about living nightmares. So it's been a while since I've done a streamed campaign of that. I'd like to do that again if that's at all possible. So if you're interested in that, you can find out more information on the sign-up form. You can go down to click on RPG sign-up just on Twitch here, or you can go to JimYesThatJim.com and click on Game Sign-up. As always, beginners are welcome. So when we hit the end card, let's see. I'm gonna send a raid over to, it's probably either gonna be Happy Jacks or the Cantrip Cast. I need to see what they're each doing and figure out what's happening, as to whether we're leaping in. Yeah, we'll see kind of what happens. It's probably going to be Happy Jacks. They're doing a session 0 of Quest, so that's probably where we're going to head. But in any case, feel free to hang on and say hi to them with us if you are so inclined. That again will be when we hit the end card. In the meantime, folks, thank you all very much for watching. Take care, and we will catch you next time. Farewell.